So mimi nataka kuongelea leo mambo ya finance bill. Finance bill tumeshapoteza. As Kenyans we lost it in the parliament. I voted no. And one thing I knew is that yesterday I just met with some people and we were talking about the ripple effect of this finance bill. And I want to support what the Gachagua said, that to told the university students that there are no jobs. Yes, indeed. And that is what I think, as they say that they want the hustler person. The Kenyans, all Kenyans will be called hustler. Indeed, it's true. Because yesterday, there was what you call the CBA, collective bargaining agreement with the Bankers Association, with Kenya, with the bankers, and that is the employees of the banks and the owners of the banks. They agreed. Because of this, all the employees is going to come. The taxes are going to be paid, even for the bosses now, the big men in the house. You cannot beat them. Now the person who is going to suffer in all this game ni mtu wa chini pale. Now before last week, the entry level for a teller in the bank was going to get, I was getting 94,000. That is the gross plus house allowance of around 20,000, which is coming to 114,000. But now after this, the finance bill that has come in, they have agreed that now the entry level of a degree holder will be 50,000 shillings. That is the gross plus the 50,000. That is 50,000. That is house allowance. Yeah, 5,000. That's going to be 55,000. So from 94 to 50, from 20 to 5,000. Now again they have realized that because the big men are going to pay above 500, they are going to pay 35% plus the NHIF 2.5. Remember, as a banker, you also have to pay for the Jubilee insurance. There's other covers that you have to do. So these guys are paying 2.5. Yeah, NHIF, NSSF around there, something there. There is the house allowance, which is now 3% from employer and employee. Definitely, the employer will take it back to the employee. So you find that at the end of the day, there's going to be a person is only going to take home around 50%. So this thing is not going to discourage people even from working, because now somebody will say, why do I have to work and all the money that I'm going to work for the government? So at the end of the day, people will opt and say, better I go and do business than going to work. So this finance bill, as we speak right now, it is going, and again, the banks, they are going to go, and other institutions, they are going to go on the digital platform. Because with the digital platform, they're not going to pay for NHIF, they're not going to pay for NSSF, they're not going to pay for the house allowance, they're not going to pay for 35%. So at the end of the day, you are going to affect people with jobs. Their jobs opportunities are going to be lost drastically. And again, they're not going to employ many people. There are going some banks which were employing every year maybe 2,000. And banks were expanding, but now it's going to slow down. So you might think that you're going to collect more money, but you're going to collect lesser revenue. So as Kenyans, the bill has gone through. But now we must now start having a conversation on the ripple effect, of this finance bill. If we see that this finance bill is taking us nowhere, and again, wezi chukua wale watoto ambao wamemaliza university waende kwa mjengo, you see, okay, we are not saying that we are undermining them, but they are learning, at least they can have a better life. You are closing. Hii ya mafuta itakuja, vitu itakuwa na hyperinflation. Where are we going to run for as Kenyans? So as much as we have already walitushinda kwa bunge, but we must have a conversation. That the conversation, we must monitor this bill. Starting July, we must monitor this thing. And I see revolution will definitely come in Kenya if president is not going to be keen by just being by a man of himself, being self-advised and everything. He must now consider he issue a house allowance. It was not necessary for now, as the economy is trying to recover. And why again, when you are saying that living within your means, you are bringing 50 CAS. What are you saying about the living within your means? So hii ni kama ni kejeli kwa Kenya. So let us prioritize. Let us not overtax. We don't want Kenya to go the Ghana way. Let Kenya be the best place to live. I will punish Kenyans. Ilipita wale tushinda, lakini now we'll go back to the Kenyans.